Welcome to the setup video for the Philips EP3200 LatteGo. And now let's see the basic setup of the EP3200. Other than the machine, what are you going to find in the box? You will find your testing strip to test the water hardness. You will find your AquaClean filter. So basically the things you need to know is you're going to change 8 AquaClean filters to reach 5,000 cups of coffee. Each filter is good for between 600 and 800 cups of coffee before the machine tells you it needs to be replaced. You will find your owner's manual with all the information I'm telling you, which is easily found inside the manual. Your registration sheet for the machine. You're going to find a small spoon so you can use pre-grounded coffee into the coffee machine's bypass. Interesting to know, it's exactly 9 grams of coffee. If you lose the spoon, it's okay. You can just use a tablespoon to replace. You will find the grease, the tube of grease, so it's food grade grease. Don't just put any type of grease. It's very important that it's food grade. And you will find your LatteGo carafe, which is so easy to undo. Split in two, and you can just throw it in the dishwasher. Now we're going to look at the setup of the machine. The first thing we will do is set the water hardness. So we had our little strip that came with the machine. I already put it in water for 1 minute, and we can see here that we have 3 purple squares. So the way we set up the machine is, while the machine is off, we press on the grinds button, and we keep our fingers on it until we hear a beep. Then here, basically we have 3 bars, so we will set it up to 1, 2, 3, and then hit enter right here. Now it's confirmed. If we reopen the machine, basically our water hardness is set up. Next thing I want to show you is how to set up the water temperature on this machine. Basically, a little bit like the water hardness, but we're going to press on the small cup a few seconds. We get a beep, and right now it is set to medium, so we can set it on low, medium, or high. So on high, the coffee will be a lot hotter. I like setting it to medium, and then I just press enter. This machine, we already installed the AquaClean filter in it. So what we can do to set up the AquaClean is just press on AquaClean. I'm not going to press it on it right now, but basically when I press on AquaClean, the machine will recirculate water inside to make sure that the filter is fully filled with water. And then it's going to reset the machine to the #1 AquaClean filter that we're going to be using. And keep in mind, I said that we need to use 8 AquaClean filters before doing the descaling of the machine, which will be approximately 5,000 coffees. Now let's set up the AquaClean filter in our Philips 3200. Now how do we install our AquaClean filter? Basically we take it out of the packaging, give it a quick shake. Before installing it in the machine, we must pour it into some water. In the water, basically what we're trying to accomplish is we're just trying to fill it up. You will see some little bubbles come out. We're seeing bubbles. After about 60 seconds, the bubbles will stop. So as it got full right now, you can see the bubbles are stopping. So we can remove our AquaClean filter and insert it into the machine where it goes here at the bottom. And you can see it installed here at the bottom. And then with fresh water, you can just basically refill in your water tank. And then we will check the settings on the machine. Now let's see how to arrange the grinder settings in the Philips 3200. Setting up the grinder on the EP series machine is very simple. basically we have our coffee grains and we have a grinder knob. The grinder knob goes between 1 and 12. The idea is the finer we put our grains of coffee, the more we're gonna have a consistent puck inside the machine, but we'll also extract the maximum flavor of the bean. So if we have a bean that is very bitter, the more we put it fine, the more we're gonna extract that taste, so we can go a little more coarse. Ideally, my preference is basically, I always put it at about 3 or 4. When you do the adjustment, you have to turn the knob, you make a coffee, and then you turn the knob again. Never go more than one position at a time. Now let's talk about coffee and the coffee selection, the do's and don'ts about coffee. So what's important for our machine is that you don't take an over-extracted coffee because it's gonna become very, very oily. And you don't take an under-extracted coffee because the grains are gonna be basically too hard and too moist. So you want something that's like medium roast. That is what the machine likes. Ideally, also, you will find coffee at your local roasters. Always have fresh coffee for the machine. That is what gives you basically the best results. Here is our coffee here. You can see this coffee here is it's a medium roast, it's not dark, and it is not oily whatsoever. And this would be the perfect coffee for this machine. Maintenance on the Philips 3200 is very simple. We need to remove the brew unit once a week and just rinse it in lukewarm water. And twice a year, what we'll need to do is apply food grade grease on it. Also, we do have warning lights. In front, the top one will be for if there is missing water. The second one is if our grounds compartment is full. And the third one here is if there is an error code. If there is an error code, you will need to call Philips customer service. Now we're gonna see how easy it is to clean the LatteGo system. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna see how to do the maintenance for weekly on the brew unit and twice a year greasing it up. Now let's see a recap for the Philips 3200. We saw how we can set the water hardness, how to set up the temperature of the machine, the grinder settings, we installed the AquaClean filter. Now we're ready to make an espresso. So we're gonna put our cup in front, select 1 shot of espresso. I like mine very strong and I like it very short. And here you go. We have a nice rich crema and we can enjoy. Thank you.